Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana. Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari. Jaya Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana. Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai. Nittai Gauranga, Nittai Gauranga, Nittai Gauranga, Gaura Hari. Nittai Gauranga, Nittai Gauranga, Nittai Gauranga, Gaura Hari. Jai Satchidananda, Jai Satchidananda, Jai Satchidananda, Gaura Hari. Jai Satchidananda, Jai Satchidananda, Gaura Hari. Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari, Jai Satchidanandana Gaura Hari. Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari, Jai Satchidanandana Gaura Hari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सदस्य श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस भाई चरणारविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य श्री प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की रामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल वरदास रघुनाथ सरगोस्वामी प्रभु की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की ब्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की माया पूर्णवती धाम की गंगमयी यमुनमयी भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की नाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रमयी की लाद सिंहदेव की श्री श्री गौर निताय की श्री श्री पंचतत्वा की समवेत भक्त वृंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे all glories assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories, श्री श्री गौर ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 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 नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्ठिकी। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. Text 42 of Canto 1, Chapter 8, Prayers of Queen Kunti. त्वयि मे अनन्य विषया मतिर्मधुपते असकृत् रतिम् उद्वहतात् अद्धा गङ्गे बहुघं मुदन्वति। Please repeat. त्वयि मे अनन्य विषया मतिर्मधुपते असकृत् रतिम् उद्वहतात् अद्धा गंगे वौघं उदन्वति। त्वयि मे अनन्य विषया मतिर्मधुपते असकृत् रतिम् उद्वहतात् अद्धा गंगे वौघं उदन्वति। त्वयि मे अनन्य विषया मतिर्मधुपते असकृत् रतिम् उद्वहतात् अद्धा गंगे वौघं उदन्वति।
त्वयि मे अनन्य विषया मतिर्मधुपते असकृत् उद्वहतात् अद्धा गङ्गायैवौघं उदन्वति।
Twai unto you, me, my, Ananya, Vishaya, unalloyed, Mati, attention, Madhupati, O Lord of Madhu, Asakrit, continuously, Rati, attraction, Utvahadad, may overflow, Atta, directly, Ganga, the Ganges, Eva, like, Oham, flows, Udanavati, down to the sea. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Translation, O Lord of Madhu, as the Ganges forever flows to the sea without hindrance, let my attraction be constantly drawn unto you, without being diverted to anyone else. Perfection of pure devotional service is attained when all attention is diverted towards the transcendental loving service of the Lord. To cut off the tie of all other affections does not mean complete negation of the finer elements like affection for someone else. This is not possible. A living being, whoever he may be, must have this feeling of affection for others, because this is a symptom of life. The symptom of life, such as desire, anger, eagerness, feelings of attraction, etc., cannot be annihilated. Only the objective has to be changed. Desire cannot be negated, but in devotional service, the desire is changed only for the service of the Lord in place of desire for sense gratification. The so-called affection for family, society, country, etc. consists of different phases of sense gratification. When this desire is changed for the satisfaction of the Lord, it is called devotional service. In the Bhagavad Gita, we can see that Arjuna desired not to fight with his brothers and relations just to satisfy his own personal desires. But when he heard the message of the Lord, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, he changed his decision and served the Lord. And for his doing so, he became a famous devotee of the Lord, for it is declared in all the scriptures that Arjuna attained spiritual perfection by devotional service to the Lord in friendship. The fighting was there, the friendship was there, Arjuna was there, and Krishna was there, but Arjuna became a different person by devotional service. Therefore, the prayers of Kunti also indicate the same categorical changes in activities. Srimati Kunti wanted to serve the Lord without diversion. And that was her prayer. This unalloyed devotion is the ultimate goal of life. Our attention is usually diverted to the service of something which is non-godly or not in the program of the Lord. When the program is changed into the service of the Lord, that is to say, when the senses are purified in relation to the service of the Lord, it is called pure, unalloyed devotional service. Srimati Kunti Devi wanted that perfection and prayed for it from the Lord. Her affection for the Pandavas and the Vrishnis is not out of the range of devotional service, because the service of the Lord and the service of the devotees are identical. Sometimes service to the devotee is more valuable than service to the Lord. But here the affection of Kunti Devi for the Pandavas and the Vrishnis was due to family relation. This tie of affection in terms of material relation is the relation of Maya. Because the relations of the body or the mind are due to the influence of the external energy. Relations of the soul established in relation with the Supreme Soul are factual relations. When Kunti Devi wanted to cut off the family relation, she meant to cut off the relation of the skin. The skin relation is the cause of material bondage, but the relation of the soul is the cause of freedom. This relation of the soul to the soul can be established by the via medium of the relation with the super soul. Seeing in the darkness is not seeing, but seeing by the light of the sun means to see the sun and everything else which was unseen in the darkness. That is the way of devotional service. Oh, that's it. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurmilitam-yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya-mano-vishnam Sthapitam-yena bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamakyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta-madakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanditam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanitamsya Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Veshatari Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Jagannath Baladev Shri Prabhu Ki. So we are hearing a very amazingly deep prayer filled with a lot of meaning from Kunti Devi. Kunti Devi is a very amazing character in the Mahabharata, highly glorified. And you can see that in this prayer, which is very, very deep and studied by many great acharyas, spoken about. Prabhupada gave a series of lectures on Kunti Devi. It's published as a book, Prayers of Queen Kunti. Very wonderful. It's so deep, these prayers. They are coming right from deep inside. And they are filled with experience, actual experience of Krishna consciousness, actual experience of the material world. And it is highly valuable. It's not simply prayer, a repetition of somebody else's prayer like we do in the morning. Sikshashtakam Cheto Tarpanamarjanam Bhava Mahada Bhakti Nirvapanam Shayakairam Gandhiyakam Vittadam Mat Prananatha Susayave Nabara. That's all we are involved in. It is Lord Chaitanya's prayer with so much of information and meaning and everything. But we pray. It is second-hand prayer. For us it is sadhana. But this is the original prayer. And it is coming from the heart. It is coming from feeling. It is coming from desire. So if you read it carefully, you will emotionally become purified. You understand the amount of emotion. So Prabhupada is saying here, it is first in the beginning itself he is saying, affection is natural, emotion is natural. That is what is the most important thing about a living being. Why? Because his emotional relationship with Krishna, that is the topmost emotion that he will ever experience. And that is what every soul is looking for, wanting to enjoy, and unable to. So that is pervertedly reflected in this material world. You cannot cancel it because it's part of the personality, individuality. Soul without feelings and emotion cannot be existence, cannot be an existence. So, personality, individual, means it goes with consciousness, with emotion, with bhava, with affection, with love. All these are part of every personality. Devoid of these things, you cannot be a person. You can become a machine, which is what they are very busy doing now. Technology, they are telling. They are busy making everybody a machine and also making machines out of everybody. What a great waste of humanity. And they call it furtherance of human civilization. But if you really understand what is it that you really want, you will understand it is the emotional relationship with Krishna. That is our need. Just like a child's need is the affection from the mother. Highly important. If you deny that, at least for the first 5 to 10 years, then your child is permanently damaged emotionally in the subtle body. People don't understand the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. All these are subsidiary to the main thing. So in Kunti Devi's prayers you will see this. She is openly stating this to Krishna. She is also stating that I am stuck in a woman's body. Katham pashyem hi striya. A stri. I am considered not to be very intelligent, but in the Prabhupada repeatedly says, a very intelligent lady. Prabhupada is repeatedly saying she is a very intelligent lady because she has decided to focus on Krishna. So she is telling, how can I understand this? I am in a woman's body. But Prabhupada says she has understood very well. Because she is a devotee. You don't have to be in any particular body to express your devotion. Even a dog can take part in it, Prabhupada said. And we've seen Shivananda Sena's dog. Shamananda Pandit had elephant as his disciple. Mad elephant. Surrendered to him. Paid obeisance to him. Became his disciple. This is Shamananda Pandit now, just few generations back. You can see this in Orissa. And we know it doesn't matter which body you are in. It's about your decision to connect with Krishna in Bhakti. So there is a lady in Mahabharata, very highly eventful life. Highly eventful life. Many things happened in her life. And she is like one of the central figures. And she went through all of that, depending on Krishna. She didn't give up. She didn't say, enough, I am getting off. She went through all of that depending on Krishna. And she's speaking her realization at the end to Krishna. She is watching Krishna leaving. He has put all her sons on the throne and on the kingdom, in the ruling, defeated all the wrong elements, adharmic elements, and reinstated the Pandavas. And after doing such an amazing, huge thing, very quietly he is taking leave of everybody. And he is coming to Kunti Devi, touching her feet, going around her 3-4 times. Because my auntie, my father's direct sister, Vasudeva's sister, right? So he's going around her like mother to me. And then he's doing all that sitting in the chariot. So she can't control her emotions. You may be my nephew. in this world. You may touch my feet, you may go around me, but I know who you are. I have a completely different relationship with you. You cannot just go away just by going around me and touching your feet. Then she'll start feelingly, with great feeling, I know who you are. Namaste Purusham Tvadyam Ishwaram Prakrite Param Alakshyam Sarvabhutanam Antarpahiravasthitam. It sounds like she's become very official now. She immediately says, you are Purusham Tvadyam, the original first Purusha. Ishwaram Prakrite Param. O Lord, Supreme Lord, beyond this matter and material nature. Alakshyam Sarvabhutanam, not visible to everybody. Antarpahiravasthitam, situated inside and outside. Maya Javanika Channam Ajnadokshajam Avyayam Nalakshayase Mudatrisha Nato Natyataro Yata. You are such a wonderful actor. You are touching my feet, you are going around me. You are not visible to people who don't want to see you. You cannot be visible to them. In this way, she starts glorifying him. I know that you are the supreme absolute truth. And you are the center of attraction for everybody. She starts speaking very deeply. Then you can understand Kunti Devi's understanding of Vedic scripture, Kunti Devi's understanding of Bhagavad, the absolute truth. You may think that you are a highly educated person. She knows the truth. Then she glorifies Krishna, saying that you only have saved us. All the time you were serving us. Because you are very close to your devotees. You are very affectionate to your devotees. Right? And in this way the Pandavas are very dear to you. My sons are very dear to you. So you protected them. Vishan Maha Agne Purushada Darshana Asat Sabhaya Vanavasa Krishvatara Mridhe Mridhe Aneka Maharatashtaso Drauni Astratas Chashma Hare Virakshita. You protected us from Drauni, Ashwatthama's Brahmastra. You protected my son Bhima when he was poisoned and thrown into the lake. You protected us from so many Maharathis who attacked my sons on the battlefield. You protected us from man-eating demons in the forest. And you protected us from the whole house of lac which they set on fire and pushed us inside. All the time you only protected us. In this way she is acknowledging everything to Krishna. And she's saying finally, the shloka before this also is very important. She goes very beautiful sequence of verses, very nicely formed with deep understanding and full of feelings. She's saying here before the shloka that now you must help me cut off my affection for the Pandavas. Previous to the shloka, she said, Sneha Pasham imam chitti dridam pandushu vrishushu. Please cut off my tie of affection for my children that I have. So Prabhupada is saying here, affection, so-called affection for family, society, country, comes of different phases of sense gratification. The body sense gratification is good eating, that thing, this thing, everything. Mind sense gratification is affection, love, expressed and returned. It is very fine and highly enjoyable. You know, you show affection, you receive acknowledgement. That's what life is about. That is what seems you're living and earning. For whom are you earning money? You want to show it to your wife, you want to buy her jewels and saris in the house, you want to see them happy, and you want to see the children very happy, and then you enjoy affection. It is natural. That's why that means you're a proper human being. That's what it means. It means you're a proper human being. When you try to do the opposite, you try to act very renounced and try to act especially like the Western world. No family, no relationship, they never enjoy really what is affection in their life. And you try to be like them, then you suffer inside and you don't tell anybody about it. Because you're busy trying to make people see that I am not after affection, family, I am a career oriented, I am like this. See, please recognize me like that. But inside you are rotting. Because every soul needs all these things. They need it. If you don't get it this way, you'll get it some other way. You come out in some other way. If you squeeze a balloon in one side, it will come out on the other side. If you squeeze it on this side, it will come out bloating on the other side. Shape will be lost. Your personality shape will be lost. You have to know these are natural things. So Kunti Devi is being very natural, plus fully surrendered, plus a devotee, plus doing her duties in the Pandava regime, plus asking Krishna, cut off from the affection. She's asking, she's doing everything properly. She's not somebody who's artificially given up the household and joined the Hare Krishna movement. She has not done that. She is in the middle of everything and facing everything. Say, how can I do all these things plus be your devotee? It's better you cut off for me. You do it for me. I cannot do it. Because they are your devotees. So this is a highly deep expression. And Prabhupada is commenting here very wonderfully in this purport. He's saying, first of all, he is saying that desire cannot be negated, affection cannot be stopped. But he's giving a very important point. The object of affection, the object of desire can be changed. We cannot change our constitution, but we can change the object of our desire. Where we focus, that we can change. Because we'll continue to enjoy affection, continue to enjoy emotion, relationship, everything. It is just that you're doing it in the wrong place. It's that you're doing it in the wrong place. So many times devotees don't understand this. Very prematurely they, in their houses and all that, they act very mature and become a sannyasi at home. Act like a great renounced person at home. Yell at the household people. Act very renounced at home. Don't show any affection to the mother, to the father. And act very strange to the siblings. And then they join the Hare Krishna movement. And then after some time, life becomes very dry. Tappa panita becomes very dry. And then over a period of time, that Mataji, she gives me prasadam, very nice. So I speak my heart out to that Mataji. One fine day, after 3-4 years, I'm married to the Mataji. It is simply this, that you cannot be an unhuman. You just cannot be. You need to rent it somewhere. So you left a nice household and did all that and came here and started another household. That's all it is. This proves that we cannot do anything artificial. That's why in the society of devotees, many times, we have sometimes kept away from all sorts of association, materialistic association. We have cut off. Some relatives are really very materialistic. Although I have affection, but I cannot stand your nonsense. You do that, you do this, unmentionable things. So I can say hi, bye from a distance from you. I have affection for you, but I don't want to show it by my physical nearness to you. So you want another relationship of people, and devotees are the best. They also practice the same things. But amongst the devotees, if you don't have a relationship, if you don't have a loving relationship, sneha, then it becomes even more painful. Like Trishanku Swarga, neither here nor there. I left this place and I said there's no affection, it's materialistic, and I jumped into this. And inge pata, inge one day it is not working out. How will I survive? How can I be a proper human being? How can I? So it is very necessary the devotees in the communities become very, very mature in understanding that human beings need this. That's why my recent quote says, don't allow your humanity to slip off between your fingers in the name of spirituality. You have to be a human being. Nobody said that to become spiritual you have to stop being a human being. You don't have to do it. In the Western world, for them, spirituality means compassion, love, respect, gratefulness, all that. In the Western world, all these are spiritual qualities for them. But in India, these things are proper civilized human being. These things you naturally have. If you've been brought up properly in a nice household, and you have the affection of father, mother, brother, sister, relatives, everything, you would have grown up nicely with all sorts of emotional securities in place. Hello? I don't want to touch anything. I know I'm having an emotional relationship. At least the mic is showing so. So, what was I saying? In our communities, we must understand that we are not artificial machines of devotional service. That we morning to evening do this and that at key point. We need to sit and discuss Krishna Katha, we need to relate to each other, we need to have time to talk to each other. Sometimes the reality is, although you want to do it, you're not able to. You become very busy with organizational things, this, that, everything. But the need of each human being to be a human being. Devotee is definitely a good gentleman to a person. It's not that you push yourself or kick yourself up into an artificial spiritual status without evolving into it gradually, properly, with experience, with proper organic steps into it. Krishna consciousness is also like that. It's like that, it's natural. So Kunti Devi's prayers look very natural, very possible. When you read Kunti Devi's prayers, you become very hopeful. I also have these similar situations. Of course, Kunti Devi is a queen. She is of very high status. But she's talking about very ordinary things in between people. My children and what all I went through, which happens to anybody. You don't have to be Kunti Devi for you to have children and go through these things. And for you to be associated with Krishna and be a devotee. So most of these things are natural, applicable to anybody and everybody in this world. So when you read Kunti Devi's prayers, you feel very hopeful. You feel very settled. You feel that Krishna consciousness is possible. In spite of all the different challenges, within those challenges, practicing Krishna consciousness is what is Krishna consciousness. It's not that we will be without any of these things happening to us. And the pathway will be so clean and brightly lit by sun, and there will be not even a pebble, and you will walk whistling and swinging your hand back to God. You'll go back happily to God. There is no story like that anywhere. No story anywhere like that. That's that, there's a story like that for going to hell. There's a saying that the pathway to hell is lined with the bed of roses. The pathway to hell really is lined very nicely. All beautiful, it looks very beautiful. Why? Because at the end is hell. It looks very nice. But the real pathway to Krishna, it doesn't look so good. Because you are stepping out of it for good. You'll never come back in this pathway again. You will never come back this way again. And you know that, my gosh, this is the end of it, I don't want to come here again. If it is too nice, no, you want to come back here again. So the pathway from the material world back to God is always filled with lots of challenges and everything. Look at any devotee's life. Any devotee's life. So Kuti Devi's life also, although she's life of a queen, very intelligent, very beautiful, very talented, very capable lady. Everything she has got. And she's saying that in the prayers. That those Janmaishwarya Sutashrivi Yedamana Matapuman Naivarhati Mabithatu Vai Twam Kinchana Gochara. These fellows who have got good birth, good riches and good looks and everything, good learning, good kula family, these people will always be Madhapumar, filled with pride. Filled with pride. But she has got all these things. Everything she listed there, all of that she has got. Tvam akinchana gochara, but you are the property of those people who don't have any of these things. You are the only property of people who don't have any of these things. In other words, she's saying, they are very rich, who own you. Who own you. So actually the Pandavas were like that. They were Janma, Aishwarya, Shutashi. All of that. Very talented. Highly skilled people. Very intelligent people. Very good kula. High level of noble birth. High class people. And Krishna was their center of their life. Although they were talented, they were war people and this and that, everything. You can see in their dialogues in the Mahabharata, it's not that they all the time, I have to chant my rounds, Krishna, what shall I do? It's not like we are doing our devotional service. You know, sadhana I have to do. Yo, Krishna, what shall I do? They were talking with Krishna about weapons. You should see on the day that they got Draupadi. And Draupadi, they went with Brahmana's dress. And then, Krishna and Balrama are watching. The rumor is that they had died in the house of wax. But here they come as dressed as Brahmanas. And Yudhishthira and everybody. And then, when everybody fails in lifting that, doing that, Arjuna is asking, shall I, to his brother saying, yes, do. And he's getting down from the whole big gallery and saying, I can try. This Brahmana is wearing a chimadhuti and Chandramukhi. Anyway, he's told that this is meant for Kshatriyas, not for Vaisya. He said, I understand. I understand. Then he'll come and he'll do it. And very coldly they'll take Draupadi home. They won it and they're just talking very casually. And they came back with Draupadi home and mother said, whatever you want, share it. So it seems that night they all slept together. Draupadi was sleeping at their feet of all the Pandavas. Right? And she does not know who is married me. Some Brahmanas taken me and won me, but they are very powerful guys. She does not know, they are not even talking to her, don't worry about her. They just brought her, that's all. And she is lying down there because they are Kshatriyas actually. And they have been sent out. And they are thinking of something else. So they are all lying down like this. Bhima and everybody. And they are completely talking about weapons. She was wondering, my gosh, I thought they are Brahmins that were chanting shlokas, doing Homa Yajna. She's a very young girl, just come out of home. Where have I come? She does not know. But they said, don't worry, you're in a perfect place. They are perfectly secure. They are lying down and they are talking about all sorts of weapons. I think Krishna is also there in that. I don't know. No, I think Krishna is not there. So they are all talking, and she's wondering, who are these people there? Who's married to me? And where am I? You could imagine how anxious she will be whole night. You? Where I have come. But these people are very high class. What mother has told, we'll do. This is our wife. That's all. As per dharma, as per proper varnashma, what we have to do, we'll do. Tonight it's too late. But they are discussing these amazing weapons. That time she's seeing this. Wondering, my gosh, these are some very high class Kshatriyas. Who are they? Who are they? I don't know. And talking with this voice. And the person who shot the arrow, he seems to be very talented, very handsome. And they're definitely somebody. I have to know who they are. They must be somebody very good. They're not ordinary Brahmins. She came to know. The body only, her mother will tell Bhakti, Vaga, my daughter-in-law, welcome. Then only she will tell her, don't worry, everything will be all right for you. And she tells him, I am Kunti. You have come to the house of the Vrishnis. They are Pandavas. My God, I got married to the Pandavas. She's coming to know. You see, so in the same way, Kunti went through amazing things. And the Pandavas were amazing people. And these Pandavas were so Krishna conscious. It's not that they were talking all the time about Draupadi Vishwamitra never spoke about Krishna. They are not devotees. They spoke about weapons. They spoke about weapons all the time. And they are telling this has this power, that has this power. If you chant this mantra, you can do this. No, that is even better. They are all talking about this and all that. So they are not even speaking about devotional service. That's what you will see in the Maharaj. But Krishna, Prabhupada says with emotion, the nectar of devotion, lecture. People don't know, he says, that what Krishna's value was for them. Then Krishna will take a letter written by Yudhishthira, like a pew, and carry it all the way to Dhritarashtra to deliver it on behalf of Yudhishthira. Yudhishthira said, you are the best person to do this. Do this. He's doing it. Prabhupada is saying, he's doing it according to the order of Yudhishthira. And Yudhishthira knows this is the Supreme Personality of God and the absolute truth. Right? Deliver the letter. Deliver the letter. I am the king. I have to listen to you. So all things happen inside. And it's not that they don't know. They know, but each one is playing his role properly. So in Krishna consciousness also, it's not that if you lose focus of connecting everything with Krishna, then you'll have trouble. Like you see the Pandavas, if they discuss about weapons, it's devotional service actually. Because they do everything for Krishna only. On the battlefield you'll see them. Whatever you say, you will carry it out. Yudhishthira will very clearly tell Krishna, you tell me what, I will carry it out. I will execute it. And while executing it, I will tell you, deliver this letter. That's the interesting thing about it. For carrying it out, I will have to use you also. Please deliver the letter. That is the amazing, and Krishna is very happy to do it. Very happy to do it. Same way in Kunti Devi's prayers. She is telling here, I know they are your devotees. Sri Krishna, Krishna Sakha, Vishnu, Risabhavani, Druk, Rajan, Sadhagana, Pavarga Virya. My son Arjuna, his name itself is Krishna Sakha. They don't even call him Arjuna. I put his name Arjuna, they call him, hey, go in the friend of Krishna. This is the friend of Krishna. This is that person who is always with Krishna. That's what they tell about my son. Right? She's telling, they are all your very close people. They are devotees. But for me, I also want to be completely devoted to you, cut off my affection for them. You can do it. I can't do it. It's a very personal request. So she's saying, if only if that happens, my love for you will flow unhindered. That's what I want. A very mature prayer. So Prabhupada says, without cutting off individuality, without cutting off affection, without cutting off the independent exercise of free will, still can be a devotee. Devotee does not mean you have to lose your individuality. Obedience to authority does not mean you have to be an idiot. Prabhu, tell me whatever you want, I will do. This is exactly what I don't want from you. I want you to think and do. No, you tell me what to do. Devotees are also very smart. If I tell me to do, I have to take responsibility. No, I am very obedient to you. You tell me. I understand you are very obedient, therefore I am telling you, you do this. You think and you do. No, you tell me. So, we don't want idiots as followers. Neither do we want intelligent idiots who have decided to look like idiots so that they can be very intelligently away from doing any responsibility. We want people who are sincere and actually want to execute responsibility and want to be obedient mindfully. Obedience is not an idiotic exercise. Obedience means intelligent following. Right? Obedience does not mean that whatever you tell I will do. That is foolishness. You should not do whatever I tell. You should ask questions and understand it very well, and then you should do. So Prabhupada said Krishna conscious movement is meant for creating independently thoughtful men. He was very clear. We don't want people who are simply blind followers. A philosophy. This is why it is very challenging. Because you have to do it yourself from inside. You have to exercise it from inside. You can't blame anybody. You can only blame yourself. This is the problem with Krishna consciousness. Because as you advance, you will also understand this. I am the real problem. The problem is me. As you advance more and more, you understand that the problem is me. Because the more you understand that, the more you will be in a fix. This is what is the prayer indicating here. This prayer is indicating that this is what will happen. Accordingly, we must understand intelligently these instructions. These are not just ordinary instructions from the Bhagavatam. And these personalities are not ordinary personalities. They are endowed with the greatest intelligence by Krishna, Antaryami. And they are given the greatest realizations. And those things have been told and documented by Vyasadeva. And great personalities like Prabhupada are explaining it in the context of the world today. They are very relevant to our lives even today. These are principles of life. These are principles of life. Right? So throughout Krishna's pastimes with his devotees, especially in the Bhagavatam, you will see this. It is illustrated repeatedly. They are not just stories. On the one level, they are nice stories to hear. But the stories, each one of those events have got very deep connotations. Deep connotations. In Kuti Devi's life, you will see that each and every decision made is a Krishna conscious decision made. Every time they make a decision, they get together and they consult, they ask Krishna, they think about it. And sometimes you will see that they don't agree with Krishna also. Because Krishna is testing them. If you see that Drona's punishment, that time Krishna will try to test Arjuna. The Drona will release the Brahmastra, kill the children, and so they will catch him. Arjuna will catch him. Before going, he'll console Kunti who is crying, sobbing, 5 of my children, one shot, killed. So he'll tell her, don't worry, I'll bring him, behead him. You can stand on his head and take your breath. Kshatriya's promise. So he will say that. Very powerful. And then Krishna and Arjuna will go together and they'll bind up Ashwatthama. He'll bind up Ashwatthama. At that time Krishna will tell, what are you binding him? Just kill him. He's already killed your children. Arjuna will become thoughtful. Kill him. I was very angry. He said, no, I should take him to Yudhishthira. He's following his dharma. Let my brother decide, he's the king, let him decide what should be done. Not only that, he says that I promised not to. And I'll bring him here and then he can decide. Krishna will say, no, his brother will kill such heroes. Immediately you should kill him. Arjuna will not listen to Krishna. He'll instead take him on the chariot, let's go. And he'll go. See, he did not listen to Krishna. Whole Bhagavad Gita spoken by Krishna to Arjuna. It's very interesting. And he said, Karishe Vachanam Tava. But here now he is saying, kill him. Mudiyada. To take him to my wife. It's not because he's a wife's, chela or something. It's different. Krishna is actually testing. And they always act correctly. He said, no, let's take him. She went and threw him in front of Yudhishthira and said, he is the fellow who has done this. Decide what to do. Immediately, Draupadi will say, first of all, why did you tie him like this? He's a Brahmana's son. Respect him properly. Untie him immediately. Don't treat him like this. What is this lady? This fellow is a murderer. He's an aggressor. He deserves to be killed actually. I should have killed him there only. My gosh, Krishna told me kill. Now I understand. This fellow. So he removed everything. And he was still at it. Then she started telling completely different things. Her mind completely changed. She said that his mother, Kripa, Dronacharya's wife is Kripacharya's sister. You imagine her position. If he dies, she'll also be crying like me. I don't want to do this to him. I don't want to kill him. Then everybody came out something completely different. Krishna has already told kill him. All the partners will differ. And Krishna will join them also. Yeah, I agree. It's very amazing. It's very amazing, the pastimes. So it is not that there is no independence, that you become a blind idiot. Even in the Mahabharata, you see. Don't have to. The thing is, get up and be the spirit soul that you are. Get up and be the individual that you are. Get up and be the part and parcel of Krishna that you are. In service to Krishna. Right? That is the meaning of being independently thoughtful, but at the same time Krishna conscious. There's nothing wrong in being different. You're supposed to be. You're supposed to be. That does not mean for the sake of being different, I'll be different. No, you'll be naturally different. You see, you don't have to force yourself to be different. And freedom of speech, I want to say something, and you say some nonsense. And we all have to listen to it. So in this way you will see throughout, this is an expression of freedom. Kunti Devi is coming out on her own. You can see that. She's not been told by somebody. She's not cutting and pasting some Bhagavatam shlokas and praying. She's not, it's just naturally. And in that you can see her personality. Her Krishna conscious personality. Her constitutional position. Coming out very nicely. Each one of us can come to that stage of expressing ourselves naturally, freely, in our constitutional position, by performing devotional service according to time, place, and circumstance. That we are. You don't have to be Kunti Devi to do that. You can do it in your position. You may be somebody at the roadside. You may be somebody in a big mansion. You may be anybody. Everyone can have the position of Kunti Devi in reciprocation with Krishna. Prabhupada said Krishna is waiting for that, to reciprocate it. Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki. Any questions?
Here, in the purport, Prabhupada is saying that the affection of Kunti was not out of devotion, not out of the range of devotional service, and then it says it's due to family relation.
It's not contradicting, that's what I've been explaining. To be within the family is not contradictory to Krishna consciousness. If you are within the family, how can you be without family affection? But what's the meaning of family? Let me counter question you. What is the meaning of family if you don't have affection?
Why is Kunti asking this? Because they are devotees. So
Asking what?
Like to cut the severe affection for the Mandavas. Because they are devotees, and Prabhupada is relating service to the devotees.
But did Krishna do that? What you are asking is a prayer. So what did Krishna do? Okay, here, cut it for you. Did he do that? He did that. Actually, what will happen in the next chapter to next chapter, Pandavas' entire time leave. The Pandavas will leave without even looking at Kunti. That's what will happen. They are the ones who will help her to cut the tie of affection. Why? Yudhishthira will not bother about any of the other brothers. Time has come for me to renounce. He will just go off to the forest. And say, Yudhishthira, I'm also going. Bhima also left. Then Bhima, Arjuna also left. Then Nakula Sahadev also left. They didn't tell to Draupadi or to Kunti or anybody, we are leaving, okay, Tata, bye-bye, I am renouncing. I am going to the forest, no, hereafter I will not be with you. I am not your husband, I cannot do all the duties for that. Nothing. Nothing. Draupadi immediately understood, the time has come, they have left. Kunti and Draupadi also left. They also left. They are very high class, noble, mature people, that's what I'm saying. We are not talking about people who should not map it down to our situations in terms of understanding and execution of dharma. So, as long as a family existed, I have affection. Once my son has renounced and gone to the forest, what will I want your love for me and all that. It's, even if it is like that also, like the mother of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sachi Mata, the whole community of people, he took sannyas, no? They cheated him and brought him to Sachi Mata. They go to Vrindavan, yes, this is Vrindavan, they said, took him to Advaita Acharya's house and brought Sachi Mata and said, here, meet his son, taken sannyas, all hair and all shaved, just on this thing. Then she looked at him and started crying. Then she said, come here. He came and sat on her lap. On Sachi Mata's lap. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sat down, 24 years old, just had 2 wives and renounced and became a sannyasi. Now they brought him back home. He sat on the lap of Sachi Mata. And out of affection for her, he said, okay, tell me whatever you want, I'll do. But she said, I don't want to interfere with your desire to be renounced and everything, but you should stay only in Puri. He said, okay, I'll be in Puri. This is what affection. You can call it affection. It's actually a transcendental relationship, rasa, between mother and son. It's a vatsalya rasa. So similarly, it's not that affection for devotees of the Lord around within the family can be called ordinarily affection. So Kunti Devi's affection for Pandavas has got Krishna in the center. It's not minus Krishna. Only when it's minus Krishna it becomes material affection and you will suffer because of that. If it is along with Krishna, then it is not ordinary material affection. So you will have affection in the family. with Krishna-centered affection. That's perfectly natural. Okay. Om Tat Sat. Jai Shri Prabhupada.